Shalom, all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashini al Shai, Bishmakakadash. The oneness of the elders and apostles of the great Most Son. Well, Shalom to elect. Yeah, just a quick topic. Just a glimpse of where the Israelites were scattered during 70 AD. The fall of Jerusalem. Our people were scattered all over the world, man. We fled towards the interiors of Africa, man, and other places, Europe, Asia Minor, and so forth, and showing you in also old maps. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the European explorers of the transatlantic slave trade knew where to find us, man, and he marked us as the Jews, the Israelites. Anyways, this, as it says there, Benin, Hebrew roots, which is in West Africa, next to Ghana and Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and so forth. It says Benin has historical connections to Hebrew roots through claims by some groups. So they're not trying to, basically it's like in a roundabout way, they're not trying to legitimize it. Like the Ur people of ancient Israelite ancestry, supported by observations of Judaic practices, circumcision. Yeah, so our people are known for doing that, especially people from West Coast and even the Caribbean islands, West Indies. We're always circumcised, man. So circumcise our boy. Where do we get that from? We get that from the scriptures, man. It goes all the way back to Abraham. Okay. Yeah, and then we've been doing these practices before the so-called white man came there. By early Europeans and mentions of large, it says, black Jewish communities by explorers. While some historians link Juda on old maps to Benin's coast, which I'm going to show in a bit, others see these as cultural similarities or misinterpretations. It's not a misinterpretation, it's the truth. Yeah. With no concrete evidence of direct. See, and that's why you got first and foremost believe in the scriptures and have faith, because Esau, he's not going to be open or generous, man, to the fact that we're the chosen people. So you got to be careful. Unbroken lineage for large groups, though isolated Jewish communities existed across West Africa. See? Ur people. Some believe the Ur people in Benin, Togo, Ghana have Hebrew origins and cultural links noted by observers like French missionary Pierre Bouche. Black Jewish communities reports from the 1920s, like Jonas Capels, describe significant black Jewish communities in Dahomey, Benin, with temples, high priests, and Hebrew texts. Both these accounts are sometimes debated. Map evidence, old maps labeled the Benin coast as Bight of Judah, suggesting Europeans recognize biblical connections to the region. Cultural resonances. Explorers noted practices such as circumcision and specific purification rituals that reminded them of Old Testament traditions. So why are they finding these things in West Africa then, if they're not the people? Yeah, so you can read for yourself. I'm gonna get scriptures as well. But you can see an old map there. 1747, yeah, KM, Kingdom of Judah, or wider slave coast. Judah. Why would you have it there? You knew who those people were. Yeah. Judah in the Hebrew is Yahwada. Yahwada. Okay. West African Hebrews there, you can see just dress, just like same customs. Dress codes, fringes, and the Bible map. 7 AD, as Jerusalem was, surrounded under siege. They fled, man. They scattered and dispersed. And one of the places they went to is, Africa, man, Egypt. And obviously they spread it more across later on, process of migration. Yeah, they blended with the Egyptians there. Why? Because Egyptians are a dark race too. Yeah, the original Egyptians. You can see in the hieroglyphs, that's what you call it, the pictures, the paintings. Where did the Jews run to? After the Romans destroyed Jerusalem and the Second Temple in 70 AD, Jews fled in large numbers, dispersing throughout the Roman Empire, especially to existing communities like Babylonia, Iraq. Yeah, you got Israelites scattered there, all over the world, really. Egypt, Africa, Alexandria, already established Israelite community there. Syria and Rome itself, scattered all over Europe, Asia Minor. Cyprus, you know. While some fortified themselves as at Masada before its fall, marking a major shift towards diaspora. See, the scattering. The scriptures talk about the scattering. James 1 and 1, Isaiah 11 and 11, Deuteronomy 28. There's always a theme of scattering and disperse, and the Lord gathering the nation of Israel all over the world, the four corners of the earth. Yeah. Within the Roman Empire, many dispersed to establish Jewish centers in cities like Alexandria, Egypt, Africa, Rome, and across Asia Minor, North Africa, and Mesopotamia, Babylonia, Syria, Arabia, Masada, slavery. Tens of thousands were sold into slavery, with many ending up in Rome and used for labor, such as building the Colosseum. Yeah. And Jake's Israelites, yeah, which are so-called blacks and Latinos of today, Native Americans, were participating in the Colosseums as well, man, and part of the Roman armies. Yeah. Diaspora intensified. Why the diaspora existed before 70 AD, with destruction of the temple accelerated the scattering of the Jews, making them a primary diasporic people, dispersed. Okay. Huge numbers of Jews left Judea to make a home elsewhere. Yeah. Matthew 24, verse 15, perilous times. The Lord informing our people of, basically the destruction of Jerusalem, 70 AD. Before it happens, perilous times, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place. Yeah. Esau, Edom, man. The so-called white man, the Romans. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains, man. Okay. Typed in, are there mountains between Egypt and Israel? Yes, there are significant mountains ranges, primarily the Negev Mountains in Israel and the extensive Sinai Mountains in Egypt that form a mountains barrier between the two countries, especially in the Sinai Peninsula, featuring peaks like Mount Raymond and the famous Mount Sinai Jabal Musa. These rugged granite rich ranges connect across the border, creating a neutral geographic boundary. See? So when the Lord said, flee into the mountains, Egypt was one of the, towards Egypt, which is Africa, which is known as Africa today, was also a part of that direction of where the Israelites fled, or one of the major directions where the Israelites fled. Isaiah 11:11, the remnant the restored remnant, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, the land of Africa, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The land of Assyria. Egypt. See, Africa, or what is known as today. Again, part of Egypt. Cush, located in Africa again. North, southeast, Elam, India, Persia, it shows you there, Persia, Indians are Persians. Shinar, Babylonia, near the Mesopotamia areas. Middle East, in other words. Syria, Hamath. See, so all over the world. Yeah. See, and the islands of the sea. In NLT it says, and all the distant coastlands. Okay. And that includes West Africa as well, man. Anyways, I hope you be edified. All praises be to Yahweh, Bahashim Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, the one is the elders and apostles, great most of well. Shalom to the Shalom.